Hey guys, Older the Warrior, Final Fantasy 16, and we're back with more side quests from the Back to Their Origin part. As always, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for notification on future videos. In the last episode, we've been very busy. We got the Gotterdammerung, however you pronounce it. I think it's a Norse name, but it's the most powerful sword in the game. We also got the Genji gloves for getting enough renown, and there's one more belt we can get. We can get Ouroboros. But we need to speak to Doris first of all to engage the missions that is going to enable those. The last part there.
Old master. Seems there's no escaping her. She found some way to send me a letter. And something else. Records from a Waluda prison. Seems they were keeping a lot of bearers there.
How did she come by such a thing?
Finding bearers always was her strong point. And it seems the cells of Balmung Dark are full of them. Foreign captives, the masterless. Bearers no one would miss. And even better for her, bearers with no one to look after them. When ether started lapping at the walls, the jailers fled.
Leaving the bearers to be liberated by whoever happened to come along next.
Sid, I'd like to believe that I've earned your trust by now. And while I'm well aware that you've forbidden Cursebreakers from traveling to Waloed, I can't let those bearers die in their cells. I'd rather risk shipwreck on the Shadow Coast than leave them to starve.
We'll be needing the Enterprise if we're going to navigate the Narrow.
Does that mean...
I'm making an exception, but we travel together. And we stay no longer than we have to. Ash is an inhospitable place at the best of times. We save as many as we can, and we leave.
Thank you, Sid. There was a name in the prison register. A name from my past. Chadwick. Another of my former master's protégés. A gifted soldier, and the closest thing I had to family. The thought of him held captive in that place.
He must be very important to you.
He was. Is.
Then we find him.
The entrance to the prison lies in the shadow of Ravenwit Walls, just beyond the portcullis. We should head there as quickly as we can. I only pray there are still bearers alive to save.
As do I, Doris.
Nothing there. Right.
Doris is waiting for me near Balmung Dark. The longer she's out in the open, the more likely she is to be found by a Kashyyyk. I need to hurry.
Like that. Put the Gotterdammerung to thing. This is actually quite good by the looks of it. Pretty quick. But then Akashic fodder, by the fact that they are considered fodder, explains everything. Oh, we thought we'd had enough of you lot. The theme in some ways reminds me of the battle theme to Final Fantasy VIII. Do you know what? I'm not gonna bother. If he's just running away, I'm not gonna fight him. Fuck him. He wants to be difficult and run away from the fights. We're not carrying this on. Because I had him at the end there.
Take it.
None manning the gates, no. It's a different story inside, though. The corridors are crawling with Akashic. Most likely guards left behind when the wardens ran. If Chadwick was being held here, I worry that he may already be.
Don't give up hope just yet. But let's move quickly. Let me check the ground floor. The ether stick is there.
Then I'll search the upper level. Good luck, Sid. Stay safe.
Just how bad are the floods inside the walls? Bad enough to turn a bearer. I have... Locked up tight. So this place was no ordinary prison. And I doubt they'll have taken the creature with them when they fled. Minimal loss of Waluda lives. And what happens when they run out of bearers? Even the Imperials take better care of their branded than that. They were feeding bearers to it. This is even worse than I'd feared. Nothing but a caching down here. Hopefully things are looking better upstairs. I should go and see how Doris is getting on. No lock downstairs. But I did find out that this place was more than just a prison. Something far more sinister was happening here.
I know. I've been reading some of these documents and... it can't be true, can it? Bearers die every day in service of their masters, but this is so much worse. Pitting bearers against a wild beast armed with nothing but their wits? And all in order to bring about more death. And not just those who could fight, but the elderly, children even. And those who wouldn't or couldn't were disposed of. Whatever that means.
I'm afraid it means they were fed to the monstrosity they kept here.
Then we're too late. And I was a fool to bring you here.
Don't say that. Did you find anything else?
A key. But it doesn't fit any of the locks on this floor.
Perhaps it will fit one of the doors downstairs. There's a corridor I haven't searched yet. Finish up here, then come and find me when you're ready.
All right. I'll be there in a moment.
you can find down here. A survivor. And she sounds close.
Who are you?
There's no need to be afraid. Are you alone? Are there any other survivors?
Some of the guards. They're still here. But something's wrong with them. Everyone else was eaten by the monster.
Of course there were.
Thank the Founder.
It was worth our coming. But I'd rather we didn't linger. Are you ready?
Ready when you are. You poor thing. He must have been terrified.
Did Jadwick send you?
What?
He fought the monster. Distracted it so I could run away. He must have sent you. He promised to free the others too. Where is he? He opened your cell, didn't he? He wouldn't be here otherwise.
Chadwick.
Was that?
Monster's back! Chadwick, help!
We have to get out of here.
Doris, keep the girl safe.
All right. You put that bearer-eating bastard in the ground.
It's out there waiting for me. I can't let it live. Not if it's got a taste for bearers.
We can take it out. It's a big bastard. Now how to get to it? How do we get to it? Haven't made this easy, have they? Ah, they have. Let's check up on our equipment and attributes. One ability, which is heat wave. Let's go kill it. This is one of the hunts, by the way.
The beast will wreak havoc if it ever leaves the prison. I can't let that happen. Nice try.
Oh, of course. I think for stagger value, Ramu's the man. Come on, Judgment Bolt. Got him. Dead. Behemoth Shackle. Because he's a giant behemoth.
Finally.
Sid, are you hurt?
I'm fine. I think.
No.
What is it?
A diary. I gave it to Chadwick before we went our separate ways. He was here. Do you think that creature?
I'm sure he fought bravely to the last. The girl is safe thanks to him.
Chadwick. You fool.
Come on. We have to get her back to the hideaway. We don't want his sacrifice to have been in vain.
No. Of course not. I'll see that she's looked after from now on. It's the least I can do.
From what I hear, you've barely left the girl's side in days. I hope she's recovering from her ordeal.
She is. Slowly but surely. She's far tougher than she looks. I thank the flames we found her. If we hadn't...
I know. But we did. I'm sorry we weren't able to save Chadwick.
There's no need to apologize. Without your help, I would never have found out what happened to him. How he fought to the bitter end to save her. To save Haida Marie. That's the man I remember. The man I thought of as a brother.
I wish I could have met him. I'd like to hear more about your past. If you don't mind, that is.
Of course. You already met my former master. She trained Chadwick and I to do two things. Kill and obey. We were supposed to be sold to the highest bidder when the time came. But no bid was ever high enough to convince her to part with us. For years, we were her daggers in the shadows. But we could never quite shake our doubts about the things she made us do. And then, one day, we just couldn't do them anymore. So we escaped. But staying together was out of the question. They would have found us too easily. After so many years of training, the pull to serve was always strong. It scared me to think he might have taken another master, become a dagger in someone else's hand.
But even in captivity, the battles he fought were his own. And he died not as someone's tool, but as a hero.
Haida Marie is proof of that. Bearers can cast off their shackles. And the Cursebreakers will show them how. I'll fight until my dying breath to see it done. For Chadwick, and for all of us.
Thank you, Doris. We'll be counting on you.
Food in the hideaway. Sometimes, in my cell, my tummy rumbled so loud that Chadwick would sneak me some gruel from his bowl. I miss him. He would have liked this place.
You would have. But there's a few more missions we can do here. I think mid's missions may all be done, but perhaps this one up here.
I will not let them be forgotten. Sid, may I have a moment?
Of course.
It is an honor to finally speak with you. My name is Herman. I've been with the Cursebreakers for some time now, and I wish to be deployed to Ash. Any assignment will do.
No. The lands across the Narrow are too dangerous. I will not send good men and women to risk their lives needlessly. Why would you want to go back?
I need to retrieve something. Something important. I was raised in an orphanage. The Badbach Conservatory. Or rather, I was held captive there. It was not a place of nurture. It existed solely to turn bearer children into mindless weapons. We were tortured until we feared no pain. Tormented until our hearts turned to stone. And few ever survived long enough to become tools of the last king.
I can't imagine.
I lost so many. I can't even remember all their names. But they must be remembered. They cannot fade away, faceless and forgotten. The Institute was run with military precision. Every child measured, every name recorded, every death logged with meticulous care. Sid, allow me to travel to Ash and recover the registry so that my brothers and sisters might live on.
You were a good friend, Herman. But the fact remains that Ash is simply too dangerous.
Sid, please. Even should it cost me my life.
Too dangerous for you, Herman. But not for me. I'll go to Badbach and find the registry.
You will?
I won't let you risk your life.
I don't know how to thank you.
You can start by telling me where I'll find this orphanage.
Vida Grace. Hidden in a forest, overlooking the plains.
All right. I'll see what I can find there.
May the mothers guide you.
Right, back to Ash. Nothing that we can get there. Right, before we go anywhere, I think it prudent to restock on our supplies.
So there's a new mother. Fussing over it. And see the hens fit.
Now, I'm hoping that we can go to Karen's Toll without triggering that mission.
Say what you will, Lady Karen has seen our show.
I'm going to save the game here. Just in case.
Still alive, are ya?
Good.
Going purse weighing you down? You'll not find a better price than that. It'd better all be here. You'll not find a better price than that.
Right. Now we can head over to Ash. Stone here. That said, there is a distinctly fell creature somewhere here. we're just gonna run right through them. And we're gonna go to this area and find our thing. Have I got this wrong? How am I supposed to get up there, I wonder? Maybe it's follow the path. Look for a path around the trees. Alright, Ambrosia. There it is.
I can walk from here.
Yep.
This must be the orphanage. Hopefully the registry is still here.
Juvenile bearers are to be granted the opportunity to give themselves service to the state as soldiers. Trainees, according to the Crystal's curse or otherwise perishing, are to be disposed of with all haste. Graveyard is strictly reserved for the uncursed. Bearers' disposal within the bounds is punishable by death.
Disposed of?
And how, pray tell, is that? Today's only exercising consists of the press yard, 20 sandbags for such duration as instructor shall dictate. The furnace, burn intensity to be gradually increased. Live combat, 1 to 3 hellhounds, depending on performance.
Conditioning. This is nothing short of torture. Herman wasn't exaggerating. It's a wonder he survived this place. I need to find that registry.
That's it. I think I recently learned that my own daughter was among the children turned to stone by the brutal training I subjected them to. I had not so much thought of her since handing her over to the authorities as a babe, but inquiries with the military confirmed it was her. I had been torturing my own flesh and blood, and now I see her everywhere. Today, one of the children smiled at me in the hope of receiving a few scraps from my table. It was her smile, the smile she inherited from her mother. The mother I killed for giving birth to a bearer. Their ghosts have all come back to haunt me. My daughters, my wives, all of them, all those children, so many have died by my hand. I can bear the guilt no longer, and so I've decided tomorrow I too must die. It'll be the last order I give these poor wretches, the last torment I subject them to. I will command them to tear me limb from limb, and inter my accursed corpse beneath the white tree whose crooked hands reach to the sky in application, and besides me, my shame, my curse, the record of all their names, all those I've wronged.
This reads like a suicide note. Did the director go through with his plan? There's only one way to find out.
It is a suicide note. And I'm wondering...
A forked white tree. This must be the place. Could he really be buried here? There's something hidden among the roots. Let's see. This must be the registry.
Electrification, succumb to conditioning, electrification. Discipline for attempted flight, succumb to conditioning, electrification. Emaciation. Even worse.
So many names. This place was a slaughterhouse.
Was, yeah.
And where is the architect of all this misery? It was only a matter of time, I suppose.
There he is.
This place is cursed. Too slow. I'm done here.
No, we can do that, but we're actually going to get, before we go back to the hideaway, let's take care of one last enemy. This will be tough, but I believe it possible. There he is. Let's take him on and take him out. The Behemoth King. Probably the second hardest villain in the game.
Another of the Royalist's guard dogs. Specimen of his too.
can we swap items around? Hmm. Shit. Apocalypse. Oh no. Shit.
Nice try. Help me, boy.
Come on. Come on. Got him! Thanks Bahamut and Ramu and Odin. Oof, so close to level 48, but Behemoth Shackle Orichalcum!
No match for you, eh, Torgal?
Woof woof. Good boy. Back to the hideaway. That was tough. But for a first time, impressive. Very impressive. But what we've now got is we've got the means to craft another special weapon. If I'm not mistaken. Well, not weapon. Belt.
So, what'll it be?
Ouroboros.
No scratches, alright? Anything else?
We've maxed ourselves out there.
Say what you will. Lady Karen has seen her.
I'm glad we restocked our supplies before we went. That was not easy. The Behemoth King is never a foe to be trifled with.
What do you think happened to Miss Midadol?
I hear that you traveled to Ash, Sid. Did you by any chance recover the names of my fallen friends?
I did. Yes.
If I may, the bearer registry. The director was a brutal man. He got no worse than he deserved.
The registry was all I found beneath the tree. There was no sign of a body. Or any record of what happened to the children after the orphanage closed.
I pray that at least some of them survived. All their names are here. The ones we lost. My friends. My light in those dark times. I can still remember their faces. Like it was yesterday. Children who were taken from their bunks in the morning, never to return. No explanation ever offered.
They'd be happy to know that you survived, Herman.
But why did I make it out alive, when so many others died in that awful place?
It's not your fault. Blaming yourself won't bring them back. Honor their memory. See that their names live on. That way, at least. They're never truly gone.
Thank you. Sid, I'm going to write a book. An account of the horrors of Badbach, and the spirit of those its custodians sought to crush. All of Valisthea will know of our suffering, and in the name of those I lost, I will not let it happen again.
Neither will I.
These records would have been buried for all eternity, were it not for you. Thank you.
Now we're level 48. Now, next quest.
Has Midadol mentioned a new project? What do you think happened to Miss...
Sid, you have to help us.
With what? You didn't take apart another of Mid's contraptions, did you?
No. Well, yes. But that's not what we want to talk to you about.
It's Miss Midadol. She's been acting strange. Very strange. She's barely ever around.
When she is, she acts like we aren't even there. Her head's in a crowd.
In the clouds.
That's what I said. In the clouds.
Well, she does have a lot on her mind. When did you last see her?
Not long ago. Ah, right after she got back from saving you from Stoneir.
Then it's probably just about the Enterprise. It did take quite a battering on the way there and back.
You didn't break it, did you, Sid? You really should be more careful around Miss Midadol's inventions.
Says you?
Don't listen to her. Even if you did break the Enterprise, you could put it back together, couldn't you?
But who's gonna put Miss Midadol back together? She seems really sad.
Why don't I go and see if I can cheer her up?
You do that? For us? She's in her dungeon.
Don't scare him. It's not a real dungeon.
Thanks for the warning. Mid, if you have a...
That's it! I knew it! The answer was right here under my arse all along! If this doesn't steer to the skies, nothing will!
To the skies? You aren't trying to give the Enterprise wings, are you?
What else would I be doing?
The children seem to think you're avoiding them. They're worried about you. Is this really so important that you need to shut yourself away from everyone?
The Enterprise is already the fastest ship in the realm, and that's with the sea beneath her. But what if she weren't bound to the waves? What if she weren't bound to anything at all? It's not fair. The gods get the skies all to themselves, so I'm gonna do something about it. The Fallen had their chance, but they relied too much on magic. And see where that got them? But not me. I've discovered how to do it without. Well, almost. First I need to make a prototype.
And is that a one-woman job?
Are you volunteering? I'll have you know the Enterprise is my baby. But if her godfather's offering to lend a hand, I'd be happy to take it. First, I'll need oil, and not just some old drippings from Miss Molly's spits in the Tub and Crown. Refined stuff, like they make in Ordil. Then I'll need some bone, or shell. Light, strong, preferably no longer attached to the beast it belongs to.
If it's beast bones you're after, I'm sure the curse breakers will know where you might find some.
No, they'll know where you might find some. You're the one who offered to help, remember?
I should speak with one of the curse breakers before I set off for Old Hill. See if I can't find this bone while I'm there as well.
Has
it at all mentioned a new project yet?
Not exactly.
All right, Sid. Come to buy us around, have you?
Only if you earn it. It needs a piece of light but durable bone for her next project. You've encountered your share of beasts on your travels across the realm. Any ideas?
Most bones are the same. Whack 'em hard enough and they'll break. If it's durability you're looking for, shell will serve you better. You know what an adamantus is?
I do. And I know to give them a wide berth. Will any old adamantus do?
Well, with shells, the older the harder. There's a rumour of an ancient adamantus down in Karava, near Old Bidza. Or what's left of the village anyway. But don't expect to make quick work of the bastard. There's a reason it's lived as long as it has.
I'll keep that in mind. Thank you.
How am I doing for
Welcome to the Patron's Whisper.
renown?
Come to claim your just desserts.
Ah, I've literally got 200 left to go.
How are you doing? Here you go. Seen enough?
It's all just within here. Oh, hello. It's just... Oh, wait a minute. They were there because of the things. The Blood Moon and the Croc and Sandbreck. The Behemoth King. Yeah. That wasn't easy. Beigel. So it's just Beigel, the Blood Moon, King of Splendid Heart, and Svarog. Svarog's the hardest one. We should go to fill up our supplies.
Aye, it's a dangerous world out there. You'll not find a better price than that. You're rubbing me blind, you know.
Oh.
It's oil. After what happened here, it's a miracle there was any left at all.
Right.
Enough.
And let's go to Dravost is probably, as I say, is the closest.
Let's go. Faster.
Right. Adamantus. Not
easy.
today.
Here we are again. Carava. If you were a tortoise, Torgor, where would you hide? It looks like we found him.
Taken care of. Armantois shell.
I better get these materials to Mid so she can finish her prototype. Mid, tell me this is all you need.
You make it sound like I asked you to save the world or something.
Tell me this is all you need.
It's most of what I need. After you left, I went over the figures again, and I realised I'd forgotten a 1 and a 0.
And
a cogwheel. Just a tiny one. Though, that's the problem. Gears that small are a bastard to make, and I may have lost the one Blackthorn spent a fortnight toiling over.
wait. The children. When they took apart your scales, there was a tiny brass gear. Now that I think about it, they didn't use it when we put the scales back together.
The young'uns? But why would the... You know what? I don't want to know. I'll keep working on the model. You go and find that cog.
Sid! Is Mid still hiding from us?
She wasn't hiding. She's fine. She's just busy working on her next project.
A new invention? What is it? What is it? Is it an airship? I bet it's an airship!
Do you think she'll let us help?
That just so happens to be why I'm here. She needs something special, something only you three can provide. A brass gear. A tiny one. One that might fit on, say, a set of scales.
Oh, the one you forgot! We remember!
We saved it, just in case. It's in the bag of bits.
Since your lesson, we've been disassembling, then reassembling everything we can find.
All the pieces that are left over, we keep under our beds, just in case.
That's good to know.
Look! I found it! Is that all? Just the gear? We have more parts if Mid needs them.
That's all for now. But I'll let Mid know about your hoard. Just in case.
Thanks, Sid.
Has Mid at all mentioned a new project yet?
Not exactly. She seems pretty occupied. Well, did they have it?
They did. And they kept it somewhere nice and safe. Will it work?
Will it work? He's perfect! You're a genius, Clive.
What exactly are you going to use it for?
Only the most important job of all. The wings aren't going to move on their own, but with the right cog in the right place, well, you just wait and see. That should do it. Here goes nothing. Titan's tits.
It wasn't supposed to fly, was it?
Of course it was supposed to fly. Wouldn't be much of an airship if it didn't. Honestly, these bloody engines are driving me mad. I was so sure this would be the day she soared. The mithril engine was made to make dreams come true. But maybe this is one dream the world's better off without. Show folk how to take flying. It won't be long till they're raining death down on each other. People will lose their homes. Children, their mums and their dads. Like I lost mine.
I'm sorry.
So am I, Clive. So am I. Sorry that I have to choose. Do I follow my head, or do I follow my heart?
Good question. The first time I stood on the deck of your ship, felt the wind in my hair. It was like I was flying. But imagine how it would feel to actually do it.
My dad always said there were two ways of living life. Chasing a dream or shuffling to your grave. And he were right. Right about a lot of things. Not that I like to admit it. People need dreams to chase. Especially in a world like this. Right. When this is over, I'm gonna take all my mithril engines to Zemeckis and sling them over the edge. I won't have my dream end up turning into someone else's nightmare.
All that hard work.
All that hard work will not be used for war, Jamie. But it isn't like it'll be gone. Tell me, Clive, have you ever been on a treasure hunt?
Not since Joshua and I were boys. Why do you ask?
Because I'm going to bury the engine schematics and leave behind a little riddle telling people where to find them. A really hard one, so that only the most dedicated dreamers will ever be able to work it out. I can picture it now. Some daft general squinting at the words with a gormless expression on his mug. Like that one, yeah.
Right.
Of course, if I'm putting this engine at the end of a treasure hunt, I'll still need to make it a treasure worth hunting for. Won't be much of a prize if it couldn't even make a toy boat fly after all. My dad always said, dream big. But it ain't the size of a dream that's important, is it, Clive? Only that it's a good one. And I reckon I've got a fair few good uns left in me.
I'm sure you do.
No wonder it's called Aiming High. Model airship. Mid's dangerous dream of light immortalized in miniature. My dad said there was two ways of living life, chasing a dream or shuffling to your grave. I like that.
What shall I do with your model? You spent a lot of time on it. We both did.
What, that old thing? Not healthy to cling to your failures, Clive. They'll weigh you down, you know.
Sound advice.
Still, I suppose my prototypes will probably be worth a fair bit when I'm as famous as Bart's the Builder.
Bart's.
Seeing as you're always strapped for coin, suppose I can give it to you. Just make sure you get a good price when you do come to part with it.
I'd say that was up to you as much as me.
Bart's. Protagonist of Final Fantasy V. Good game, that. It's, underrated, is what I would say. It sounds like it was the same as the first 4 games in terms of plot, but you've got to remember it was the 90s. But there we are. So how many missions have we got left? Well, we've got Trial and Error, Three's Company, nothing else in here. We've got a bunch of hunts. So it's just Svarog, Knight of the Splendid Heart, the Blood Moon, and the Bagel. And there's 32 of them in the game, so if we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That makes that makes 31. So what one am I missing? If I check guide. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, hold on. Ariman. Aruna. Befelger. Dosmere. Secret. Severian. Flan Prince or Muddy Murder. Fastiticalan. It's a hill to die on. Soul Stringers. Grimalkin. Nine of Knives. Atlas, otherwise known as Breaker of the Worlds. Bomb King. Ten of Clubs. Magath Brothers. Svarog, Rune Reawakened. The Pack. Dread Comet. I believe that was the Man in Black. Carrot. Pandemonium. Gorgamera, which is a tricephalic terror. Gobbermouch. Beagle. Agni. Usher to the Underworld. Thanatos. Blood Moon, which is called Terminus. Behemoth King, which is the Masterless Marauder. The Kuza Beast. Prince of Death. Right. There's one that I haven't done yet. And I know what one it is. It's called the Wailing Banshee. And we need to do a mission called Inconvenient Truth. But we'll look to that in the next episode. There will be a final part of side quests before we move on to Echoes of the Fallen and Rising Tide episodes. And we'll do that in the next one. Thank you so much for watching, guys. If you like, to be sure to give a like button a smack. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon for notification of future videos as always. And I'll see you in the next episode. Till then, take care of yourselves.